5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Pro Football Report on ADSN. I'm Kevin Casey with your Panthers update and the new coaching hires for new head coach Frank Reich. This week, the Reich era took another step forward as they spoke to the media for the first time since finalizing some primary coaching positions. Reich, along with new senior offensive assistant or senior associate head coach Jim Caldwell, former head coach of Indianapolis and Detroit, and the former Wake Forest head coach. They teed things up this week and laid out their general outlook as they begin to build what many fans hope will be a playoff contending roster.
Really excited about the coordinators, all the coaches, but really excited about all three coordinators who have great leadership, men of high character, men of the highest competency that you can have, and then men who I think can lead and connect with our players to bring out the best in them.
I'm just going to be a little bit of everywhere in terms of the offense, working with the defense some, and then also with the special teams unit. And so I get an opportunity to kind of move around place to place, room to room, listen. And if there's questions asked of me, I could give my advice and those kinds of things. But specifics in terms of the quarterback, we had a lot of really quality quarterback folks in that room with those quarterbacks, so I don't think they need my 2 cents.
Up next is the defense, and it's going to look different. A lot of the same guys are still going to be back. You got Derek Brown, Brian Burns, J.C. Horn. They're going to lead what a lot of people are considering maybe the prize or the best defense in all of the NFC South. Though lots of good things are happening, new hires. What's the outlook on the defense? Let's hear from them.
You know, this has been a first-class organization, in my opinion. Just from afar, watching, observing them, they've been successful. They've had a lot of periods of success. Multiple Super Bowl appearances. But like we've just been talking about, like as you look at the roster, you look at some of the players here, you look at what Coach Rice brings in terms of the coaching staff. There are just so many pieces here that are just attractive to success, and so that's the biggest reason. It's like, I wanted to be in a situation where we could win, and win is the most important thing. So I just think from the standpoint of protections, you just don't know if you're going to have a 4-down structure or a 4-man rush structure. You don't know where that extra rusher is coming from. So it's that extra level that the offense has to go through to figure out what you're doing. Yeah. So like when you first come in and you take the job, it's my job. It's the defensive coach's jobs, working along with the personnel people. What we want to do is we want to make sure that we really understand what all of these players do well, and they're at this level. They're on this team because they have certain skill sets that are very good, and we want to figure that out. And as we put our defense together, obviously there's going to be a framework from where we start off at in terms of what we've done in the past in Denver. But at the end of the day, it's like we're not going to ever ask guys to do things they can't do well. So
when you go into a new role, okay, you kind of evaluate that role and ask yourself, how can I be the most help to, number one, Ajero? How can I be the most help to Frank? And so that's my goal, okay, is to try to do as much as I can to help Ajero be successful as a defensive coordinator and Frank as a head coach. I'll have my hands full probably scouting the opponent for the defense and the tendencies and those types of things, So that'll be, where a lot of my focus will be in terms of looking at the upcoming opponent, presenting their tendencies and those types of things.
Plus, there's also free agency decisions. The draft is coming up. There's going to be OTAs. ADSN will have you covered. Remember to log on and subscribe to adsn1.com for all the updates during the 2023 NFL Combine. Our ADSN team will be there to bring you all of the top and up-to-the-minute news